Leaders from more than 20 countries are now gathering here in China's Tianjin for the largest ever Shanghai Cooperation Organization Summit in its history. What started 24 years ago as a security group has now developed into the world's largest regional organization. Today, the SCO boasts the participation of 26 countries with cooperation covering more than 50 areas and the combined economic output of nearly $30 trillion. With trade wars rising, why are leaders from across the world flocking to this coastal city, and how has SCO kept expanding over the years?
The world is going through a churn, a lot of global turbulence. You have disruption in the world, you have multiple conflicts and crises. Now, in such a context, a forum like, a grouping like SCO, which comprises 10 important countries of Eurasia, has a very strong role, has a very critical role to play in stabilizing the situation.
In his speech on Monday, Chinese President Xi Jinping suggests pragmatism in SCO cooperation. President Xi pledged to provide 2 billion yuan in grants to SCO member states this year and to issue an additional 10 billion yuan in loans to member banks of the SCO Interbank Consortium over the next 3 years. At this year's meeting, SCO leaders signed the Tianjin Declaration and approved the 10-year strategy alongside outcome documents on security, trade, energy, and cultural cooperation. China's investment stock in other SCO member states has exceeded $84 billion, and its annual bilateral trade with other SCO member states has surpassed $500 billion. This growing influence has not sat well with some in the West, who see the SCO as a rival bloc.
The SCO is built on a principle, which is that the nations of this part of the world will pursue their own interests, not anti-West but non-West. That they will have no longer a dependence on Western powers who want to dictate the agenda and continue with a colonial imperialist mindset. The idea behind the SCO is to bring together these countries. Fundamentally, it is about asserting their own strategic autonomy and financial autonomy independent of the West.
Unlike confrontational clubs, the SCO takes an inclusive and non-ideological approach. What truly matters here is common development.
SCO is not interested in, creating a conflict with the West, but to create conditions for better growth, better development of the global South countries, and also providing an alternative worldview.
President Xi proposed the Global Governance Initiative at the SCO Plus meeting, highlighting 5 principles of adhering to sovereign equality, abiding by international rule of law, practicing multilateralism, advocating the people-centered approach, and focusing on taking real actions.
China's own model of the development, and China has an experience. In a sense, it's a good model for the developing countries in the world, and specifically global South countries. And China's achievements are needs to be highly, and it's also, in a sense, provides a good model for other developing countries and countries from the global South. From that perspective, I think that there is also very ample opportunities for the bilateral cooperation between our countries as well.
For decades, China has worked closely with all parties to promote shared growth and provide solutions for global governance. This year's summit comes at a challenging time, but SCO has proven itself to be a stabilizing force amid global tensions and geopolitical shifts. And the very expansion of SCO shows the world is ready and hopeful for a closer community with a shared future.